because we got confirmation from the horse's mouth, and by horse I mean the horse's husband's mouth, that the one, the only, it's your girl, Simone Biles, has actively been training. Michaela, as I pull up this clip, will you please? How do you feel about this?
I really could not give two shits. I really didn't want to talk gymnastics at all, so I'm so sorry. Hi, everybody.
I mean, we don't have to. I just thought I'd be like,
go ahead.
So this is what he said.
Hands of Simone's back. But I don't know if this is public or not. Simone Biles is returning to compete.
Ooh.
So
you would have the insider information, wouldn't you?
I don't know, but I can promise you this much: we're in good hands if Simone's back. All right. Yeah. Hopefully, she's moved past all the stuff she's dealt with in the last Olympics, but she is the greatest of all time, and so if she is back to that form, I give her every bit of a shot of beating Christian Watson.
Are you concerned at all that that you just broke U.S. gymnastics news on the Pick Six podcast here on CBS, and that that the Bilesies, which I guess they're called the Swifties, the Swifties will come and get you? I mean, what if? I mean, I want to see on Yahoo, the Yahoo homepage. It's report: Biles returning per former NFL quarterback Brady Quinn on Pick Six Pod.
Whoops.
Whoops. Yeah, your wife will be real happy about that. All right, so let's move.
So that's what happened. And Luisa Blanco announced she'll be competing for Colombia. But I mean, there's no bigger announcement than, well, not really an announcement. It's kind of he blew up her spot. So.
Yeah, I hear what he is saying, but I still don't think. I just don't. It just doesn't feel in my spirit like she wants to try for this Olympics again. I could be wrong. He have more insider knowledge than I have with jazz.
Well, I mean, you have to think about it this way too. Cecile and Laurent are her coaches, and so of course she'd want to take them to Paris. You know what I mean? As a thank you or whatever for helping her get to the level she is. Yes, it's about Simone. So yeah, Brady Quinn, Alicia's husband. So we should call him Brady Sacramone, because missing three. Essentially confirmed that Simone is actually training for the Olympics in Paris.
Well, okay, that's okay. Assuming so much, you're everybody.
It's what he said.
He said that she is back in the gym training. He did not say she was back in the gym training for the Olympics.
But I mean, that's the conversation leading up to that moment is essentially what they were talking about. They were talking about the Jordan, Charlize, and Connor at today's show in Paris or whatever they were doing, and that's what led to the conversation. So yeah,
I hear the presumption that Brady Quinn is making. I'm just saying, as fans, I don't think we should take that as law. I don't think we should take it as the gospel truth. Because
I mean, if it was anybody else, I'd be they're he literally his wife is literally part of the trifecta. They run the whole shebang.
And he's a white man trying to get ratings for his TV show, so he would be willing to say anything so they could get viewers tuned into this non-existent show that just got more attention than they ever got before in life. So again, like I'm saying to everybody, I just wouldn't put too much stock into what Brady Quinn has to say. I mean,
well, okay.
He doesn't even know what a twisties is. He's just she's moved past all her and then they want to say Bowsy. Like the fuck, like
Well, Bowsy said he meant like the Swifties, he don't rile up the fans. What he was saying, not like the Swifties.
I just feel like it's kind of mature. I feel like it's kind of and this is again why Simone Biles don't fuck with USAG like that, because she can't even go to the gym and train without it being like national news and stuff. When does my YouTube ban get lifted? I think we'll be able to stream on my YouTube channel next Monday, but I'm not 100% sure. It's YouTube. Oh, and YouTube is deleting videos too, so there's that. Do we think Alicia would let him do that though, just for his little nothing show? Is he another Jonas? I mean, all of the gymnast husbands seem to be Jonas, so yes, I think they all would do it. Clearly, I don't think he would. I don't think Alicia would be like, "Yeah, Brady, please go on your little show and say Simone Biles is coming back for no apparent reason either." So,
I just think he didn't know that nobody knew. Like, I don't think like it was like. I don't think it was briefed like, "Hey, Brady, like this is a secret. We keep secrets between people. Like, we can't say that to other people outside our house." And we blurted it out.
I also think that Brady, just because she's in the gym, he could assume she's going for an Olympics or a world team, but
No, Chelsea's husband is rugged. Like he's an outback man. Like he chops. Like he built their entire house, a log cabin. Like he like please, he looks like a Sasquatch kind of, not in the best way possible. So, well, the thing is like, so if you I found the entire video because I wanted context, and they were talking about the Today Show stuff and whatnot, and they talked about like, do you think USA gymnastics will be able to like win the gold medal because they won last time? He was like, well, I don't know if it's, and that's when the clip starts. So that's anywho, well,
just that clip alone is doing to what Simone does not want. Simone doesn't want the pressure of being the entire USA team on her back.
Michaela, we believe in her talent.
Huh?
Remember the conversation we had about Suni Lee? We believe in her talent, don't we? This is the same exact situation.
It's completely different.
No,
don't even.
Same
situation. It's
same
not
situation.
the same situation. Suni has said to the world that she's trying to go for the Olympics again. Simone is living her life, and y'all are trying to force her into trying to go to the Olympics again.
Then she can log off.
Simone is officially retired, where Suni is an actively competitive gymnast.
Simone never said she retired.
She's not competing.
She didn't say she was retired, though.
Why wasn't Suni invited to Paris Today Show?
She was right there with the Master Top Chef, whatever.
It seems like NBC, this quad, is going to go for the narrative of the black gymnast, which I'm not opposed to, but Simone isn't retired, Oscar, but Simone also is not trying to go for this world team. And Simone has never said she's going for this Olympic team. Simone says it's a possibility.
She never said she wasn't, though.
She never said she wasn't.
And I mean, we have to like put two and two together. The math. Cécile and Laurent are both from France. And like
I think it's for the pro team. I could be wrong, but I just don't see it. I just don't. I mean, it's not like I don't see Simone making these teams. Clearly, I do. I just don't see that Simone has the passion for trying to make these teams anymore. Like Simone is just kind of like dun, 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 but hey, I also didn't think Connor was gonna try for this world team, and Connor is here, so you never know. I just think it's awfully shitty if if Brady just
What if this
pulled the
leads to
donuts on
Alicia getting
Alicia ass.
fired? What if Alicia
Huh?
gets fired? What if Alicia gets fired over this?
To be honest, she should. To be honest, you guys.
I think so. Alicia should get fired over this.
Okay, do fine. Shoot, I'm gonna admit it. I don't want Simone to come back. I feel like this is better for the sport if Simone isn't here. Are you
It's better
happy?
for the sport if Russia doesn't invade Ukraine.
I just feel like it would be better for the sport if Simone wasn't here. It's not that I have anything against Simone. Simone is everything. It's just I like this little competition that we got. But if Simone do come back, she does have a challenge with Rebecca Andrade, so it's not like she would just be mopping the girls up like she was.
She still would. She would mop the girls up. She would ring them out. Like little doilies. Count her medals.
So speaking of that, let's talk about my YouTube channel. So you guys, my YouTube channel is down for everybody who is keep questioning me and asking me about this 100 times a day. My YouTube channel is down. I guess we was trying to stream the Olympics. What was it, Saturday or Sunday? And we should have known better than to have fucking the damn NBC coverage of the damn Olympics on the damn channel. But they really was like, they gave my channel a strike and they just taking down videos left and right. So we will see Monday what is left of the channel and we will go from there. But until then, that's where we're at. But Rebecca is more competitive now than if all of Simone past.
Simone's top competitor is Sunisa Lee. If she's at form. I said what I said. You know what? No. Simone's big competition is Victoria Lasonova.
Now that's facts.
Period.
That's facts. But where all of these, even Rebecca is better than Simone on bars. Lasonova is clearly better than Simone on bars. So I mean,
listen, not too much on my sister Simone on bars. Miss Money, she can still put a bar routine together.
She's better than them all on the other three events, though. So, but yeah, but going back to, I don't want to get off topics because I want to sit here and say, I do think this is a fireable offense for you, Alicia Sacramento. You telling me your husband is gonna now spill damn USA Gymnastics fucking secrets?
This seems like, and Trump's got indicted for having top classified documents in Mar-a-Lago. So if we're gonna take, if we're really going to give people their comeuppance, like ceremony, think so. I mean,
it wouldn't even be like shady if they fired you. Like,
did you watch? Let me just show you this video. Did you see that? Yeah.
No.
Who do you recommend we fill your position with? Dominic Moceanu? Fantastic choice. I agree. Yeah.
She should have probably had the job from the get-go, but.
So, Dominic Moceanu, if I were you, I'd be calling. Actually, that makes two of us to call USAG today. So, I can't right now. I can't right now. Please stop. So Oscar, I'm so sorry. I just checked my email. Anyway, I saw your email, Oscar, and I went to the USAG media site, logged in, they haven't accepted our like login information. So I called Jill Greer. You want to watch the video of me calling her? She ain't answer. It's just me talking to her voicemail. Want to watch it?
Okay.
No.
I don't care.
Michaela, you're giving me nothing to work with here. Okay, let me see. Cool. No. How do I do this? How would I play it? Oh, yeah, I can do that. Cool. So put it. And then go here, and then how do I? Oh, right. Dialectics. Boop. And then boop. Wait up. Oh, that's too large. Oh, eat my ass. Okay. How do I do this then? Oh, and handbrake. I'll just handbrake. So I had to call her because I was like, girl, we kind of need credentials, and I told her why I lied. But like, I just needed. I wanted to just make it a point that we needed to get approved. So Oscar, you might be having to dress up as in costume, but it's okay. It'll be fine. We'll figure it out. As long as we're in there, whatever. Let me see. Okay, it's encoding. Give me 2 seconds. Estimate time 2 minutes. So. How was y'all day? Huh? I've done nothing but like being here and just like working on these websites. But we're almost done. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. So that's good. Michaela, I know that you're going through a really rough time. I'm sorry. I've been thinking you've been on my mind all day long. Actually, if you look up in her above her, she now has a new updated mini Michaela. So yay for that. Just a minute left. What else? How Michaela? I feel like I should send you a calendar and hugs.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I feel like we should I should make like a fake We Love Gymnastics calendar and send you hugs. Just to make you laugh. Just to get that little sparkle in your eye back. 30 seconds left. Okay. Here we go. Michaela, well. Oh yeah, what happened with the air in New York? What's going on there? Like,
Oh, you're watching from Addict's YouTube channel? Because I'm like, hi.
Yeah.
Because man, if we're live on my YouTube, I would be surprised.
So, listen, I love Canada, love Canada, but y'all need to get your like forest fires under control, amigos. Like, what is going on up there? Like, do you see what happened to New York now? It's foggy. It's foggy. It was at the top for. It was the top 3 from nationals last year. That was Good Morning America. Is that what you mean? That it?
No. Yes, it wasn't on Good Morning America. It was on the Today Show. And they were the top 3 from nationals last year was in Paris today promoting the competition. So you must be following from Addict's YouTube. Okay, so you know what, you guys? I wasn't even going to talk about it, but we could talk about it because hell, that's what we do over here. We talk. So for everybody who's wondering, did I get the job? Because that was the main thing of last week. Did I get the job? Did I get the job? Did I get the job? Did I get the job?
I know this answer already.
Yeah, I got the job. Yeah, I did. I got it. I got it. I had to turn it down. Why? Because my husband, who I love very much, went into a flaming hissy fit, like anger to a level that I haven't like I haven't never seen at the fact that his wife was working at a sex shop. So yeah, that just was not very good. So push come to shove, I ended up having to turn down the damn job. Yeah, I got the job, but I ended up having to turn the job down. So tomorrow, for the next 3 days, I have a bunch of other interviews lined up. That's why I have this little asking people for help once again on the Cash App so I can get to these interviews because
Did you look into that like
okay, that's the other thing, Fluid Art Dreamer. All my married friends is like, you gotta understand, like, or whatever. All my single friends are like, bitch, fuck that. Like, you actually finally got hired at a damn job. So this week has been so incredibly, it's been eye opening. And once again, it's like, damn, girl, you are married. You have to think of your husband's feelings. But it just was so random out the blue because, like, I just been applying for, because, you know, I work in hospitality. I also do customer service. So I've been just putting in applications at a bunch of places. So these was really the only people that really, after the interview, that kept in contact with me, you know, whatever. So it's just, it was so depressing that I was supposed to start work on Tuesday. It just, husband just was like, no, 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 no. And then I just don't understand because I'm like, okay, yeah, I get it. It's a sex shop. But from my understanding of this sex shop, it caters towards the gay community. So it's mostly like a bunch of gay men in there. So in my mind, I'm thinking that's safer because it's my sisters. It's like they're not trying to
you know, it's your girl.
yeah, they're trying to do stuff with each other. All I have to do is, you know, just make sure nobody is killing each other. And it's, but he was not having it. He was not having that. And the fact that it was from midnight to 8 in the morning, like those, yeah. So, yeah, I had to reject the job. And I was just so depressed, you guys. Like, this is the first time period in like the last 5 years that I've been unemployed. Like, so it's been so just a trying time, stressful time, just depressed. Fluid Art Dreamer said, I needed a place when I was looking for a place, and I found the perfect place and was so happy and was about to sign the lease. Then my husband was like, you can't move into that because it's only a few houses away from mine, and I'm not ready for that kind of commitment yet because we're not married and we just had started dating. No, you're good. With my husband, it was my husband. Okay, for those who don't know, my husband is like, I'm gonna say stupidly religious, but just very religious, very spiritual, very. And for him, I just don't. The fact that it was a sex story, it's the fact that people would have to come and ask me all kinds of sexual questions. It's the fact that I would know people's sexual perversions, like when we're walking around, not necessarily sinful. It's more so he didn't like the fact that he already has this thing when it comes to me, and because I'm transgender, right? And you know the stereotype of transsexual people and transgender people. You know, it's very sexualized. It's very over sexual. So he's always trying to get me to be mindful of my sexual energy and what the energy I'm putting out there into the world and stuff. Because, like I said in a prior show, because I am transgender, once people know about it, especially once men know that I'm transgender, their energy just changed, and they start acting weird towards me, and either like I can't explain it. It's like they're already ashamed of something that, baby, trust me, it's not gonna happen. But because it's me, and because people are, I'm pretty passable. I get past in the streets, you know. So I already had this weird thing. So for him, he was just like, he just felt so uncomfortable with me knowing, like, just people coming up to me asking me just sexual questions, period, because I work in a sex shop. So people would have to come up and ask me, like, hey, is this the best butt plug to use, or whatever the case may be, or whatever. And he just was just so, I guess it's kind of repressed. He was just so, just like not here for it at all. That he was like, yeah, I would rather keep struggling until you find another job than for you to work here. And at first, I'm just like, fuck you mean? Like, bitch, it's been going on 2 months that I haven't. Exactly, that's it, bro. That is it. And then to me, but then like all my married friends, as soon as Fluid Art Dreamer said, I had to realize that I'm not a single person anymore. I'm in a partnership, and I would expect him also to stop doing something that could make me feel uncomfortable, and it would just be no questions asked. Just I feel uncomfortable with this. Just stop doing it. So that's where it's at. So I have several job interviews coming up. I have two. What's tomorrow? Thursday. I have one Thursday, one Friday. Tomorrow's Friday. I have 2 tomorrow, then, and then I have 1 Monday. So if anybody,
I don't want to jinx. I don't want to jinx anything. But
I don't want to jinx anything either. But since we're talking about it, I need to get it off my chest, because there's a lot of stuff that I need to get off my chest. That's why I didn't want to talk gymnastics. I was gonna just rant for a while. So if anybody can help, my Cash App is still open. It's still $Michaela813. I need about $40 so I can go to both interviews tomorrow. So if you have it, please donate. If not, I understand. My husband just gave me some money when we was arguing to shut me up, but I didn't know I had interviews then, so that money went to other things. Plus, it's the first of the month, so bills had to get paid, groceries had to be put in the house, lights had to be paid for, stuff like that. And then part 2, on top of all of that, my aunt passed away, so I'm dealing with that. So I got to figure out how I'm going to get to this funeral in Georgia probably next weekend. On top of all that, we discovered that we have fleas in the house, so they have been just fucking eating my fucking feet up fucking live. Like, ever since we moved into this, I couldn't figure out why the fuck was this, why was I just keep getting all these marks and keep itching and shit. And then we found out that shit today. And then y'all remember my old job that, they had the new general manager, and he had this grand plan for me, so I decided to quit on his ass. And then he fired everybody. Well, I found out this morning from the residents who still stayed at the hotel that he got fired today. But they just rehired the damn old general manager that was the manager before him. So my first thought was, maybe I could just get my old job back. But then I'm like, nah. There was a reason why the roles had to go into their own separate rivers, and that was it. Because the guy who, I don't know if I told y'all the story. The guy who was the general manager for basically the last 6 months, I was his old boss at our old job together, right? So then when it was a position open and then we needed somebody at the hotel, I got him the job at the hotel. So then for whatever reason, but for whatever reason, corporate, and I could only think of it as, and I hate to say racism because I don't want to think of it as racism, but you already hired this man over me to be the general manager once, and then you hired somebody else to be a general manager when y'all fired him. And then when y'all fired the other guy who was fucking up, y'all rehired this person. I'm straight. I'm straight on ever working for that company, Motel 6, ever again. Like, especially, well, at least that branch of Motel 6, because that's some bullshit. And it's like, and then when I come to find out, the general manager beforehand put some shit in the records where they couldn't even rehire me even if they wanted to. Whatever happened to the job where I filmed the OG Michaela Loves Gymnastics video? So that job, I was the manager or a supervisor at this company at the mall where we used to conduct surveys on people or whatever, right? I really did enjoy that job. It's just when I became a supervisor manager at that job, the two managers above me just stopped doing work and just expected me to do everything. And at the time I had both jobs. I was working at the mall and I was working at Motel 6. And I was just making way more money at Motel 6 and having to do half the work. So I can't lie. One day I blew up on one of the managers because the manager said something real stupid to me one day. And that was the day that, bitch, it went click, click, boom. And I ended up cussing everybody out and leaving. Now, do I feel like I could go back to the mall even though I cussed everybody out and quit? Yeah, I know they would rehire me in a heartbeat. I know they would rehire me in a heartbeat. Would I want to go back to that position? No. I would go back to Motel 6 before I go to the damn mall. It's just because it's so much damn work for so little pay. Like, I was a fucking manager making 12. I was making more money at Motel 6 being just a regular front desk clerk than I was being a manager at the mall. Like, so it just was not. I mean, I would do the mall as a secondary job. It just couldn't be my first. It can't be the job that I was relying on paying my bills and stuff for, because it just was not. Hell, even Motel 6, especially in these last couple of months, was not enough money. Like, yeah, Motel 6 sucked. Like, I've been through so much shit at that damn motel. And I'm glad I quit the week I did, because I never even told you this. Like, two of the coworkers who I still am in communication with, a couple of the guests who still stay there, and a couple of people I used to work with. And them people fired them two girls and never gave them their fucking final paychecks. And the company claimed they were stealing, and they weren't stealing. And now that they fired the other general manager who was stealing.
That's messy.
It's just a lot. So yeah, Motel 6 does suck ass. It's just, I was very comfortable there. Like, like I just wasn't expecting to. I wanted to leave, but on my own accord. But sometimes you just don't get that luxury in life. Sometimes
Like, she's announcing her own comeback.
Okay.
Sometimes you just don't get that luxury in life. Full circle.
So I'm glad so I did get hired at the damn. I did get hired. I was supposed to start Tuesday, but family was like, no ma'am, no ma'am. So I had to be a good wife and was like, okay, husband.
So I'm supposed to get a call.
Mm-hmm.
See, you guys, I don't know. It's gonna be. I feel weird talking about it because it's kind of weird. But I'm supposed to get a call about a job interview with the Green Bay Packers for the graphic design, with the Green Bay Packers about the graphic design position. And now it just looks like I'm following Simone. Which, I mean, if it ends up happening, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know how to compare myself with other like, applicants. So I don't know. That's where I'm at right now. I mean, yeah. But let me tell you, if I get the job, I'll be like, Jonathan, you're my best friend. Jonathan would be my best friend. My best friend would be Jonathan Owens.
Now, I
Immediately.
did put in an application for this work from home thing.
Did you have to move? I don't know. It said remote, but I mean, I wouldn't. Wisconsin. You know what I mean? I don't know. I would take Clappy with me. I would. He loves the snow.
It's just been really like, and then my aunt passed away, which is just, oh my God, this is just. Okay, so yesterday my mom called me and told me they put her on life support, right? But then she also told me they were going to do a surgery on her while she was on life support, and I'm just like, Mom, that doesn't sound.
That's not how it goes.
And then she was just like, yeah, they're going to do a surgery. And I'm just like, that don't sound.
Like safe.
She's already on life support. Why would they do a? I mean, she might have needed the surgery, and if she didn't have the surgery, nothing. But times have been so stupidly tough lately for our
I
junior life.
feel like something happened in the space-time continuum that we don't know about. But like the world feels like something somewhere happened.
Like, and I hope it's something somewhere good because it's too fucking much, you guys. Like, it's just.
It is, and it's like I can never get to a place where like we're all winning. It's just like it's just like sad after sad after sad after sad after sad. Sad cow, sad cow, sad cow, sad Gina Gojin. But it's just there's no winning.
And it's just like even when I was working at the damn Motel 6, I still had complaints. It's not like I was working there like happy. I was working there pissed off that I was working there. Like, and then
Oh no, I'm not talking to you, sir. No, sir. Sorry, I got a snap from someone I do not want to talk to.
something else happened. Okay, so I want to talk to y'all about this, and then we can get back into gymnastics.
Oh,
So
my
I thought,
gymnastics bubble is bursted. Like you burst my bubble. So
hmm?
you burst my gymnastics bubble at the beginning of the show. So I'm just like, man.
I'm sorry. It's like without my YouTube channel, it's hard to talk gymnastics because like half the audience is missing. So like, thank you all for tuning in, though. Um, so it was this lady on TikTok that I was gonna do a Stitch video, but I'm not. And she was like, her son is autistic, and it's just certain behaviors in public that she's not gonna correct. If her son needs to scream, she's gonna let him scream. If her son needs to throw something and do all this stuff, and she just basically is like she's not gonna correct it. And there were so many parents of autistic children in the comment section, like big up at her, saying that she's a super mom, saying that she gets this, saying that this, that, and the third. And what I want to say to y'all parents of autistic children is there's a whole other side of this world called Earth that we live in. And there are a lot of people. Actually, she was black. She was black. There are a lot of people in this world. Yes, well, we could talk about it again. There are a lot of people in this world who don't have children at all, or whose children are adult, or
Neurotypical.
yeah, they just don't play about kids. They just don't play about kids. So in your household, if your child want to scream, if your child want to throw things, if your child want to break things, I completely understand you allowing that behavior because you're in your private space. What I don't agree with is when we get into the public, right? And now I have to deal with your autistic child and their behavior issue.
That's not.
Oh,
That's not a good take. That's not a good take. It's not.
It is a good take if I'm in the airport and your child is just screaming for no reason and you're not doing anything, and you as a parent is just sitting up there like,
But you also have to understand, it's not necessarily the kid's fault.
it's not necessarily the child's fault, but it's not my fault either. I paid for my tickets just like y'all paid for y'all tickets too. And I feel like this is why we're in such a fucked up place in this country, because everybody is so, well, my child is autistic, so y'all have to put up with, no, that's not the right way of dealing with that argument. You're in public, so you don't just get to be like, my child is autistic, so they get to do whatever they want to.
But it's also just because we don't have kids, we can't just be like, well, we don't have kids, so people need to just realize that it goes both ways. And then that, I understand both ways, because I understand it because I don't have kids.
So are you gonna walk around with a T-shirt that says "My kid is autistic," so you need to have some kind of? Because how am I supposed to know your child is autistic?
It's at least how when parents of newborns go on a plane and give everybody cookies or whatever. It's like, hey, I'm sorry, we have a newborn, whatever the fuck. I mean, and it's a very sensitive subject. I feel.
But when it comes to the fact that the parent isn't doing anything, they're not. I'm sorry, everybody. My child is autistic. The parents is literally there on the phone.
Because maybe that's the best way. They managed to handle these situations that they have these outbursts or.
So how is everybody else supposed to know that we're supposed to ignore this situation? When you're allowing your child to run around, hit people, hit the back of planes because they're autistic, and everybody else is just supposed to deal with it.
I mean, there's noise canceling headphones.
But what happened if you're sitting in front of the child and the child is kicking your seat?
I'll kick back. I'm really flexible, so I can just kick back. I would interact with them and be like, "What's up?" I would try to, at least sing to him. I don't know. I would try to ameliorate the situation, but the tools I have at my disposal.
And this is where I'm saying, no.
But that's that.
Because how old am I supposed to let this behavior go on? Because
but it's not their fault, Michaela. They're they are not. We're neurotypical. We're not autistic, or we're not on the spectrum, even though everybody's kind of on the spectrum. So it's not their fault. You have to understand, just because in your experience, things should be a certain way. In their experience, their brain just doesn't work the same way ours does.
I completely get that. But don't you feel like it's also important that if we're going to live in a proper society, that you should try to at least get your child to understand to the best of their ability that when we're in public, I understand that your anxiety is high, but you also have to understand that other people are around us in this situation, and it's not fair. And I get, for a 6-year-old, you can't explain that or whatever. But I feel like if the child is 16, 17, you can explain this to that person. You can be like, we're in a public situation. You can't be throwing stuff. You can't be kicking the back of somebody else's chair because you feel uncomfortable. We're going to have to find a better way of dealing with this situation, because you never know how that person could react. So this is my example. So you have your autistic child, right? And we're on a plane. So your child is having anxiety or whatever. So they decide to start cutting up on the plane. They start kicking, they start screaming, they start doing the most, right? I'm on the plane, let's say, with my kids. So your child hits me or whatever. Or your child throws something at me, throw a juice bottle at me. My child then sees me upset and then gets upset and wants to go fight your autistic child.
Maybe
I wouldn't think my child.
Violence isn't the answer.
Huh?
They teach kids that violence is not the answer.
What I'm saying is sometimes you can't avoid it, just like the
But
situation is.
You can though. You can. That's a poor excuse.
You can't. You can't.
That's a poor
Sometimes
excuse.
things just happen.
That's a poor
Sometimes
excuse
people catch
though.
you at the wrong time.
That's a poor excuse though. Yeah, like you can, like as a parent, I would hope you would teach kids like violence is never the answer. Like never the answer. Especially with someone like who can't like
So okay, so you're saying violence is never the answer, but so this parent seeing their child kicking the back of my seat, hitting me. So now my child now has to be the bigger person, and instead of this adult telling their child, "Calm down, little Billy. I get it. You're having a thing, but calm down." And we have other people in our presence, and this is where my issue is with this thing. When these parents do this to these 6 and 7 year olds and don't try to correct the behavior, then these 6 and 7 year olds turn into 18, 19, 20 year olds who have always lived their life where, because I'm autistic, my behavior can never be checked. My behavior.
But that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Like it's literally not how it works. Like it's not how they're like.
So you're saying that if your 6, 7 year old is autistic and they're screaming in the airport or screaming on the plane, running up and down the plane, throwing shit, hitting people, breaking stuff, you as the parent, it's not your responsibility to correct that behavior because they have autism.
That's not how it works. So people like autistic kids are just going around like breaking shit. Like that's a very extreme like.
I'm standing here literally saying there was a video on TikTok of this lady saying that when my child cuss up like this, I'm not going to stop the behavior. And there was other parents in the comment section telling her that she was a hero. And it's not black and white fluid argument. I'm not saying this issue is black and white. It's not. It's not a black and white. It's very nuanced. It is very, very, very nuanced. But this is the question. Unless you're going to walk around with my child is autistic, so leave them alone shirt on, how am I supposed to understand the nuance? How am I supposed to know that this is a child with autism versus just a badass kid just running around the airport doing badass kid shit? Because y'all can't act like there's not badass kids who aren't autistic. They're just badass kids that like to run around and do badass kid shit. I feel like because we live in a proper society, I feel like, I'm not saying to beat the child, I'm just saying do the best that you can so other people in society won't feel so fucking uncomfortable in these situations.
I mean, I have no kids, so I have no horse in this race.
And that's it. I don't have no kids either, so it's not, I should not have to take on the responsibility of people who have kids when I don't have kids. It's I don't love your child the way you do. I don't sit up there every day and know that this, that, and the third, and this is a safe food for your child, and this, and I don't know all of this. All I know is, I'm at the airport. I'm nervous as hell to get on this goddamn plane, and it's this damn badass kid that's making my anxiety fucking worse. And I'm looking at their parent. Exactly. At least show that you're trying to, like, it would be one thing if you're like, okay, baby, and then I could be like, okay, their mom is trying, let me not. But when I'm looking at you and you watching your child run up and down and you're on the phone, not saying a word, that's when I have an issue.
It's a case by case basis.
It is completely a case by case basis.
I'm really hungry.
It is a complete case by case basis.
I was just kids on family, instead of babying them, they treat them like they're regular kids because they don't want them to feel different. Really, all you, aside from like buying them headphones and like the noise canceling headphones and like trying to mitigate whatever like they have with like the medication. Medication is not a good like solution. There's just you do what you can, and it's like And by the time they're like 16 or whatever, most of them, I'm not saying all of them in like an umbrella thing, but like the majority of them like have built some sort of tool that they use to be able to get through situations. Like not all of them are like cutting up and like running around.
But see, that's the thing. That's it, because those people you're thinking of have parents who try to socialize them. What I'm talking about is
I'm just hungry. Like when we get into these arguments, I get really hungry for no reason. And like I haven't eaten dinner, so I'm just hungry. And like she burst my bubble with the gymnastics, so now I'm just kinda like I just want to go eat.
It's just like try. That's all. If you're just not going to do anything at all, that's my issue. But if you're trying, then I am 100% on your side as a parent. But when you're just not doing anything at all, when you're just sitting up there like, what am I supposed to do? They're autistic. Bitch, that's your autistic child. And trust me, the cussing out is going to your ass for being a not shit ass parent, not to the baby.
Can I go eat now?
Huh?
Can I go eat now? Like that's my coping mechanism. Is like when I get like in this, I'm not even like I don't even feel comfortable. I'm just like I because I see it from both sides. I do, but at the same time, it's one of those like, you know how I am. I'm cool by y'all.
But see, that's what my issue is, because
society, I'm a defensive napper. Oh my god, yes I am.
Society,
sleep on the couch.
Society has almost said we should have sympathy towards the mother for the autistic child.
It takes a village.
It takes a village. She's doing everything that she can. What I'm saying is, no, you're not. Like, not when you see your child in the middle of a fucking place and you're just not going to say anything. You're just going to let them break merchandise. You're just going to let them, and you're just, oh, well, my child's autistic. Nah, you got to socialize. Like, and I think somebody said,
I think autistic kids are like destructive. Like they're not. My friend has an autistic child, and when she knows that her child might take a scene, she makes sure that her older son is there. If he has to pick her up, that he's there to help. And it's really expensive to find the right schools for her. For some reason, some aren't covered by the private ones, or too expensive, and so on. The public ones are just not very good. I mean, she's doing the best she can for her daughter. It's actually great enough. Well, that's a lot. I think we're like monstricizing like autistic or autism as in general. Like not all of them are gonna like destroy shit. Like some of them just like want to sit there and like cry. Like
again, and I'm not talking about the child. I'm talking about the parent. I understand that the child has autism. I understand the child can't. I don't need to watch my child. Basically, I don't need to watch my child. I can be on the phone. Exactly. It's like,
wait, what? I don't have to watch my child. I can be on the phone. He has an excuse for me to not watch.
I agree, Johnny. It's
hold on. Let me do the math.
That a lot of people use the phone as an excuse to not deal with whatever behavior it is. It's like, instead of sitting up there and running after your child in the airport and bringing them down and sitting them down like a people just, I'm on the phone, I'm busy. Can't you see I'm busy doing this? Like, no, watch your fucking kid. It's your child. You're the one who chose to put us in this situation, not the other way around.
I mean, ask my mom. It's always my fault. Everything's always my fault. Everything, everywhere, all at once is my fault. Regardless of what you ask her, it's always going to be Atticus' fault. So.
They have an excuse
now
because he's autistic in those parts. Exactly, and this is what I'm just saying.
Oh shit!
If you know your child better than anybody else, right? You know your child better than anybody else. So yes, it might be more convenient for you to take a flight from wherever, but you know your child, you may have to rent a car and drive across country to go to whatever, because why put other people in those situations? Or why not try to prepare your child for the airport situation? Or like, why do I have to put on the noise canceling headphones? Why not have what your child needs to have their mind occupied and focused for this entire trip?
Because I feel like we when we all go to the airport, we all like prepare to go, deal with certain situations. Like I know I have to take my chargers, and I have to take like whatever needs that I need to get through it. So I feel like if we all made an effort to do that, maybe they can we would all be in a better situation. Because when you go to the airport, you need a passport, you need this, you need that, and you need to bring you bring what you need for the trip. And I feel like everybody does that, but sometimes situations just suck. And like I don't know. The kids are a very delicate subject for me because I don't have one other than Klaus. And he ain't going nowhere.
It's just like a dog. It's just like a dog, and I'm not trying to compare kids to dogs. I'm just saying that, like, you know your pet, you know your animals, you know what your animal is capable of and what's not, right? So if you have a vicious ass, I don't know, a dog, right, that's very aggressive, you would know not to take that aggressive dog into a social, because you know what could happen.
Oh. So I want to watch the conversation I had with Jill Greer's voicemail. After all,
Let's go.
let's go. Okay. This is what happened. So I'll show you what happened. Here you go. And so I'm about to call. I don't know if you can hear me. The microphone's still on. I'm about to call Jill Greer at USAG because they still have not approved my account. The FIG did, but not USAG. So here we go. I suspect it's gonna be bad, and I'm gonna get shit talked to, but it's okay. It's okay. I got time today, girl. I got time. Got time today. So let me. Okay, gonna call Jill Greer, please. Okay. Okay. So, Ooh, okay. So bad person.
We are sorry, there is no one available to take your call. Please record your message after the tone. Press star to discard the recording, or press any digit to end the recording.
Jill, this is Jill Greer. Jill, this is your favorite person. It's Addicts from We Love Gymnastics and Twitch. So listen, we applied for media credentials, and I know you must be like, why would they apply for media credentials? We hate them. We're the only gymnastics media source, like the only people of color, that are LGBTQ, that are like, I just don't understand like what's so hard to like. There shouldn't be animosity between any of us, right? And so I feel like by excluding us during Pride, also, it's just very. It hurts my heart, Joe. And I don't want to keep fighting with you. I know you don't like me because, the Twitch. But I mean, if you remove yourself from the Twitch, like if you really look at the situation, I'm helping. How do I explain this to you? Okay, I don't make money from the Twitch channel, okay? And I've told you this before. I've emailed you countless times. And the money that I do make from that Twitch channel, I literally donate it back into the community. We have receipts for all that. And I get on the copyrighted broadcast. But Joe, like, there's people all around the world that don't get to see those broadcasts because they don't have the ability to. And through this Twitch channel, we've, like, there's nothing more cool in this world than to have, like, someone in, like, Chile, Iceland, Australia, wherever it may be, say thank you for streaming this. Like I finally get to watch it live with the Americans. And isn't that what we want for the sport? At the end of the day, I don't care about you. I don't care about USAG. I really give a shit less about USAG. I care about the athletes. I care about the well-being of the athletes. I care about giving them the platform that they deserve, giving them the attention that all the ball sports get. That's what I'm concerned about. I don't care about media rights. I don't give a fuck about like all that. I don't care about that. I'm not concerned myself with that. Like that's all you, clearly. For me, it's about the athletes, and it's about like giving them the platform they deserve. That being said, these media credentials, girl. We kind of want to send Darion Goburn and another one of our very talented community members to go cover it for us. So you wouldn't be seeing me there. It would be, Darion Goburn. So if you could give me a call back at 806-685-2839 so we can work something out. And if not, then I understand. And we'll just keep on like waging this war, which you started. Because I'm about love. I'm about peace and love. And I'm sure you're like, why is man so weird? First off, I'm not a man. I'm a young man. I'm trying to make a difficult conversation kind of lighthearted because I'm very facetious and that's how I am. So I'm sorry about that. But that being said, we should be able to work something out. I mean, again, we're the only gymnastics media that is headed by people of color that are LGBTQ individuals. Do you realize like how bad that looks if you're excluding us? I mean, I'm just for optics. And I'm not trying to like bend your arm on it or twist your arm on it or anything, but just like for a sport that's been so white for so long, would it really like? Are you calling me? No. Would it really? Hold on. Would it really kill you to give us some media credentials? I've been like literally. I have the email here. I sent my application in. When was it? It was 5/21/22. So, balls in your court. Please give me a call back. Again, that number is 806-685-2839. And just in case you didn't, forgot, this is Addicts. I want to, actually have a conversation. And, yeah. So, call me. It didn't stop me, so I just kept going. Like I was waiting for it to be like, if you want to send this voicemail with like urgent delivery, but it just didn't stop me, so I just kept on going. So now we wait. Probably not gonna get media credentials, but it's fine. It's fine. At least like I, voiced my grievance. But yeah. I can't handle. I can't stop myself. It's like I'm just a facetious person, and like I try to make things funny that are supposed to be serious, but like eventually, like, I get to the point. You know what I mean? I get to the point.
Why don't who like each other, dude?
Oh, okay. So Jill Greer is she's like the media person at USAG, and she's in charge of like media credentials and all that sort of stuff. She was the one who copyright claimed the UFO's national championship on Twitch and got the page taken down for like 2 days. And that's the only strike I have on Twitch, and it's because of Jill Greer. So Jill Greer and I already don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. But like sometimes I've talked to the lady several times, and sometimes I like, I feel like I'm getting through to her, and sometimes she's very blunt with me, and it's very like, no, okay. It's a very abusive relationship. I feel like because I really try with Jill Greer, and you know what? I'm not innocent either. I try with her too. It's fine, but I feel like we have at this point like a rapport. But yeah, I mean, I have no problem with the woman. I just wish she would loosey goosey, like loosen up, like it's fine, So we'll see. Oscar, I'll keep you up to date. Yeah. So that's that.
Cute. Oh, we have a whole World Cup event going on right now, you guys.
Which one? Oh, Osijek.
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 Something, yeah.
Um,
It's real cute too.
that's cute.
The Brazilian girls, Jada Barbosa is there.
Johnny, what are
La,
you doing, girl?
La, La,
Lorraine,
how do you-
Lorraine, Lorraine.
Lorraine, yeah, she's there. Um, this is like Brazil first test of sending their A team out to these events this year. Like so far, Arthur is there. Yeah, Brazil is sending like a couple of
Very
girls.
racist. Very racist. I will never forget that.
So
I will never let Arthur Nori forget that.
Georgia Godwin is there,
Why
and
is
they.
Georgia Godwin there? Georgia, you've been competing every week.
I don't know. She's getting them reps together for Worlds, but she did. She's the first person that I ever seen, other than the first person I ever seen, who actually is doing a laid out Yurchenko full, not like Ellie Black or Sana Chusavitna, who's doing a pipe front full, but hers is really laid out, very Rudy ready. So I think by Worlds, Georgia Godwin is going to have a 5.4 start value on vault.
I love gymnasts getting the ability to compete, but like, oh, it's June. It's getting dicey. It's getting dicey. It's you know you got to compete like the ones who.
I like it when they compete a lot in the beginning of the season, then come July, August, they chill out, then they. So I
But
think
these
it's,
back to back. I'm like, are you Italian? What are you doing?
but she hasn't competed in a while, so
Yeah, that's true. And it's not like she's like competing like very. Let's not minimize her skills or her level. But I'm saying like I just as an Aminar going to be worth 5.2. An Aminar's not worth it in a sentence. In a
unless
sentence.
you're Simone Biles, it's just not right.
It's just,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think it'd be worth it for Jade Carey.
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes. And Mura Paseka, sometimes. Sometimes. Sometimes.
It's just going. It's like doing these Rudies, right? Rudies typically score about 4 to 5 tenths higher than a Yurchenko double twist. And a Rudy and an Arminar is worth the same. So it would be worth it. It's just, can you get that 2.5 twist around and not fall out of bounds? Like, so right now, Arminar is worth a 5.4. Bios, which is a Chung is worth a 5.6. So I'm assuming a Bios will have to be worth a 6.0.
We had this conversation last time.
Huh?
Last time we talked about like what you would value these
Yeah.
balls. This time, I just don't know what they're gonna do. They backed themselves into a hole. It's like, do you realize that by like lowering the vaults in such a way like what they did, they put themselves in a very precarious situation. It's like if you know what I mean, like the values just don't make sense anymore.
And the way y'all just have the rules is always going to be one event that just scores stupid higher than the other three. Right now it's bars. Bars score about a point higher than the other three events.
Because of like execution. If you nail the shit out of a Demosis Yurchenko, already there. Like you are probably going to be ahead in the competition. Boom.
The next code, the Bausch, because they typically devalue this. They shouldn't. To be honest, Johnny, if they were smart, they would stop lowering vault start values now. They would just let them be what it is now for the next 10 years or so.
God, I hate doing math. 75. What's 75%? No, don't tell me. Because I feel stupid. Okay. Can I go eat? I'm starving.
I think for most people, the vault that they should learn is the Mustafina. right now the Mustafina vault is worth, I think, 4/10 of a point higher. No, not that high. It has to be because if a DTY is a 5.0 and an Arminar is a 5.4, then a Mustafina has to be worth like a 5.2. So yeah, I would be working on these Mustafinas. I would be working on all of these other skills.
Sorry, I'm trying to like figure out how to charge someone for a graphic. Like, they're like I started off with something and then they needed something else, and now they need something else. So I'm just trying to like price myself, and I'm just like, oh gosh, okay. So that's what I'm doing, and that's why now I'm stressed and I want to go eat. That sounds it's like give me right. I'm starving. We gotta do a solo show. I mean, you can stay on right here, and I'll just go get food and come back.
Okay.
You want to do that? Okay, I'll be right back. I'm literally just gonna get food and maybe cigarettes. I'll be right back.
Okay, dope. So yeah, you guys. So with that being said, what do y'all want to talk about? I just would like to preference this conversation with saying that the autistic conversation, I'm talking about the parents and the parents not doing nothing to control the child. I'm not talking about the child with autism. I just would like to make that perfectly clear because some people don't understand how to have a conversation anymore in 2023. And you say autism, so you automatically be picking on autistic children. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I think it's unfair that parents of autistic children are now doing this thing where they're just not even trying to socialize. That would make sense because a Yao right now is worth what, a 5.8? Yeah, because of Rudy. Yeah, so that makes sense. No, I don't even think I've never even seen anybody do a training video of it because once again, Simone skipped the step. The step before Chung, I thought I would see a yo before the bows, but we got the bows before the yo. So Simone skipped the step and got a skill named after her before the natural progression of skills. So, but I'm happy that the yo is worth 0.2 of a point less than the bows because it should. Not really, because didn't we have the same debate? Because I feel like people get more power from doing that than round off half twist onto the horse. So do I think a yo is actually easier than the bows? No. I think in a lot of ways a yo is harder than the bows. For real, I don't remember that. Well, that's not gonna happen. I do remember seeing her training about. The only person other than Simone that realistically could probably accomplish a bow is A. J. Carey, B. Rebecca Andrade. But do we actually want to see Rebecca actually try that ball? Hell, people struggle trying to get a chung around, so that extra half turn. Actually, dude, I think the Sukahara is the hardest family of vaults, and I think all Sukahara vaults should be upgraded. Exactly, that's all Rebecca needs to. And Rebecca needs to learn a new turn on floor because that minimal turn is just not the turn for her. It's just not the turn for her. No, I'm saying we don't want Rebecca. We don't want Rebecca. When I say we're not talking about the Urchinko double pipe. We're talking about the chung with the extra half turn. And what we're saying is we don't want Rebecca to attempt this fault. We don't want Rebecca to learn this fault. We want Rebecca to act like this fault does not exist in this world, so she won't be up here doing stupid stuff. Hell, I don't even know another girl who I could see doing a yo vault, to be honest. Who has the best Rudy in the world right now? Who has the best Rudy in the world right now? Okay, that's a great point of view. Yeah, Rebecca Andrade do look like she only got a few more chunks in her period, let alone China Bowles' fault. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right on that one. Whoever said that, you're absolutely right. Alex, a yo vault. Ooh, Alexa. I just don't. I don't see it. I think her Rudy is her max. That's just my personal opinion. Oscar, once again, that's another hard no. That's another hard no. I don't think anybody. Hell, girls are barely getting that damn Rudy around. So yeah, I think that I don't even think yo could do the damn vault anymore. What college would you want to do for these? What college girl? Look, I think what's her face from LSU would have a beautiful Rudy. Haley Bryant. I think Haley Bryant would have a beautiful Rudy. I think Haley Bryant could probably get the yo vault around. Probably. Alicia Sacramone said she was trying to get the yo vault. She was trying to get that vault to be named the Sacramone. It never happened. But other than that, I wish MJ Frazier could compete for a different country. Same with Julia Steingruber. I think Julia Steingruber probably. But again, yes, Julia Steingruber. The yo vault was supposed to be the Steingruber too for a long time, and it just never. Hey, at least Julia was able to get that damn beam dismount named after her, though. But the Rudy vaults are a hard vault, you guys. Like we get so stuck on the Amonars. We've seen so many more Amonars versus hell. We've probably seen more Chung vaults than we've seen real Rudy vaults. Yeah, Yo needs to. I think she could probably win a vault medal, if not a world title, if she could get her Rudy more solidified and get her Yurchenko double, like not so wonky. Okay, let me go back. What do you think about the American girls that go to other countries and compete? I really like it, but will they steal spots from other native girls? I wouldn't be right. What? Okay, this is how I feel about this for Arjuna. We did a whole show about this. I think it's completely fair. I think it's completely fair. Like the Lindsey Brown situation, because everybody's like, oh, but she stole a girl from Haiti but they weren't going to get those spots anyways. So it's not like they're stealing. It's just like the girl who was on the show who did Sandra. Sandra, who competed for uh, Georgia and the other school, and then she went to Egypt, and Egypt already had a team, but she was able to qualify herself and another girl as individuals to Worlds, and people are like, um, she took somebody's spot, but she didn't take nobody's spot because they wouldn't have qualified 2 spots if it wasn't for this American girl. That makes sense. There we go. Ball State. Thank you, thank you, thank you. She was from Georgia, but she competed at Ball State and at Georgia. But like she did not take nobody's spot because Egypt was never gonna have that spot if it wasn't for this girl getting them. They might have gotten 1 spot as individuals. Correct. It's just like with Aaliyah and Emma in the Philippines situation. Exactly. It is going to bring because, like, look at Haiti. Haiti's going to have a whole gymnastics program now because of Lindsey Brown. If Lindsey Brown, they would just wouldn't have a gymnastics program at all. But now Haiti has a whole gymnastics program. Correct. So it's like Aaliyah and Emma. Philippines would not have a spot. Philippines would not even be in the runnings to have individual spots at all. So it's not like they're taking spots from girls because there was no spots to be had in the first place. No, Egypt did not qualify a team through to South Africa qualified a team through to Worlds. Correct. So, but Egypt had a better shot at making qualifying a team because of because Sandra went there and helped Egypt out. If that makes any sense. Think only 2. Correct. Only 2 qualified, not the whole Egyptian team. But the whole Egyptian team was in second place. They almost qualified a team through the world. But without Sandra going there, that almost would have never even happened, if that makes any sense. It's like, let's keep it real. She talked about it with Darion. Like, the Egyptian girls do 2 a day, train 8 hours a day, and her coming back for 3 weeks and making up a bar routine and making up a beam routine qualify her through to World. So her being there, Sandra, is going to bring money and resources, which Egypt already have. They just don't have coaches. It's crazy how before 2021, none of these countries were thought of. Exactly. And just like the Lusa Blanco saying she's going to compete for Colombia. We all know Colombia doesn't have the strongest of women's gymnastics team. So her going to Colombia, trying to get Colombia, because it's too late to try to get Colombia to qualify a team. So she's really going to go trying to get an individual spot and compete for Colombia. She's not taking any of the Colombian girls' spots because the Colombian girls would have never even been able to qualify a spot. If that makes any sense. I think Jessica Lopez was from Venezuela, not Colombia, but I could be wrong. Okay, just because they have a group of girls, that don't mean the group of girls. There was no spots because it was like, oh, sorry guys, Flash fell off. So it's just like there is no spot. I mean, nobody from that team is their winning spot. So correct. And and when countries do switch their nationalities, they bring money, they bring resources, they bring attention to these countries that they would have never had in the first place. Then you can create a gymnastics program behind these things. But that's great. That's great. But I think next year, if Louisa probably could get Colombia that world spot, that Olympic spot that the rest of their team couldn't. Dare I said it. I feel like United has all the money they need. They just need chance. It's a lot of countries. It's a lot of countries with like Egypt. Egypt have the money. If Egypt wanted to have a stronger gymnastics program, they absolutely could have it. All they need is coaches at this point in time. But because they're in the African continent, is gymnastics isn't that big of a sport, so on and so forth. It depends on the country. Do we think countries will start actively courting and recruiting eligible gyms? Yes, my eyelash fell off. I'm trying to fix it live. Hold on. Let's do that now, everybody. And while we're fixing our lash, please don't forget that I have a job interview tomorrow that I don't have money for. So please, I need $40 to complete both of these interviews, I think. So please, cash out your girls some coins. Yeah, it seems kind of like I just it seems like a ringer situation without some standards. I use Cash App. I have other sources of payments. If you could donate through another source of payment, please let me know what you have. Let me know what you have, because I got to get to these interviews. Man, thank you guys so much. Like, you guys help. Oh, I got PayPal. Oh, I have PayPal, friend. Oh. Ooh, you know what? Fuck it. I have PayPal. When addicts get back up, I would definitely put. I don't agree with this citizenship. Look, this is what it is. This is why I don't. Let me fix my lash first, and then we can get into this conversation. Well, I don't agree with these with why. I mean, not why I don't agree with. Why I agree with these, because we have so many American gymnasts, and it's just not American. It could be British. It could be all the major countries. We just have so many gymnasts. In only five, hell, sometimes four, sometimes six, can make it to the Olympics. And we have all these countries out here with these half struggling gymnastics programs. I don't understand what's the big deal of allowing a team with a struggling program to And hell, yeah, I don't even feel like you should have to switch countries. It's like it's so many people who I feel like would be a great um it would be a great opportunity for them. And that, let me tell you something, Johnny, that would be the ultimate gag. If I would be so glad for all of the top names to go to other countries and leave USA Gymnastics with nobody. That would be the ultimate gag. The ultimate gag. Like, okay, I know that was but my first thing is I thought Simone was gonna switch and go to no, let the coaches stay in America so they could go to jail. Like another one of what Simone could have done was just went and competed for Belize because she does have Belize citizenship. And that's the other thing, USA Gymnastics fans, y'all could want Simone to come back and she could go compete for Belize, baby. That could be Simone's ultimate get back is going to compete for Belize and not having to deal with USA Gymnastics. Man, Simone. Did you go get your food, friend?
I did. And I sent you $20.
I haven't gotten it yet.
You should have.
Hey, friend, do you know what my PayPal is?
I can look.
Can you look and post it for them? Look, y'all gonna get my legal name for a second, but
Oh, your dead name?
my dead name for a second, but I don't care. I need this job. So, and that's another thing with me. You know, I don't because my dead name isn't that masculine. So I'm not that ashamed of my dead name. It's just I don't like when people call it me. Like if I have to use it for legal purposes, I will until I get it changed. But
Your PayPal name. Oh shit. Your PayPal name is okay. You know what? Here's what we can do. I can just go like this. I can that's it. It is.
But that would be Simone Big Get Back, Oscar, not clarifying shit, just coming up to the competition stage and be like, yeah, I compete for Belize now. And everybody's going to be like, what? We knew Simone was a quitter. That would be the narrative. Is it on?
It is. I can't see your username. Everybody, I see your account there. How do I do this? Oh my god, putting me on the spot. Show me the username. Why is it so difficult? Wow. PayPal, work on your app, please. Well, her name is. You tell them what it is.
Huh?
I mean, it doesn't show me your username. It just says that name, you. Let me see. I'm trying to find it.
Ooh,
I see your face. Like I see it. I seen you. That's I don't. It won't let me Here, I'll just. Yeah, I'll just. This is what it is.
I don't use PayPal.
Is a. Oh, it's flipped. It's Danny Soul.
That's not it, actually. That's the PayPal that I don't use.
Well, that's the PayPal I have. But I sent it. I sent your $20 to send you Cash App. I sent it to Michaela 813.
Perfect.
Okay, so here's how I feel about this whole like gymnast hopping countries. Okay, now I understand if you like Lindsey Brown, you know, she like her parents, her dad was Haitian. I get that, but then you have like people like Lady Madsen, who never a day in her life, has never eaten Bulgarian food. You know what I mean? Like she's Bulgaria. What is that? And she goes to compete for Bulgaria. Now I understand like Eddie Panev and his brother, like they seem like they. Can I help you, sir? You already ate. I saw you eat. And like, you know, they spend time in Bulgaria. You know what I mean? But like Laney Madsen,
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go figure out this PayPal for Seesaw.
Not to mention that I love the Laney Madsen story until we approached her through an interview, right, Klaus? And she was like, well, we charge to do interviews. I'm like, honey, no one pays to do interviews. That's not how it works. That's not, because then it compromises the integrity of the interview. If I'm paying you for the interview, no, it's another thing if I'm donating to a cause in your name, you know, that's different. But if I'm paying you directly for an interview, then it compromises the integrity. It's like, oh, like, you know what I mean? It's ugly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. She says they charge $150, and I'm like, girl, no one's paying you that. I'm like, who paid you that? I ain't seen you interview anywhere, and maybe that's why. But that's what kind of rubbed me the wrong way.
A lot of people want to be paid for interviews, you guys. That was one of the craziest things that I discovered while doing this. Is like a lot of people.
And I get it. You want to be paid for your time, but honey, like, that's not how it works. Like, the first thing you learn in like journalism class is
if you look, Seesaw, if you look for Michaela Soul Speed, you should be able to find it. You're gonna see my dead name though, so don't tell the people what my dead name is, but you should be able to find it that way. Yeah. I mean, I really don't care. I would say it. One day you want to do a whole show, you guys want to know my dead name? I don't care.
My dead name is Beyonce.
My dead name is also Beyonce, the original.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, at the very basis, like in journalism 101, that name is
that name in the trans community is okay. Sometimes for some trans people, for whatever reason, legally, like for me, I've been to prison before, so it's gonna be extra hard for me to get my name legally changed and all this other stuff because I have a record and stuff.
Really?
Never knew I've been to prison before. Yes, I've been to prison before.
No, I knew that.
So, and I live in the state of Florida where Ron DeSantis ain't playing with that bullshit right now. So I just got to save my money up. When I was working, I was in the process of getting and changing everything. I lost my job and all that other shit. So I'm gonna have to do that shit again. So, but yeah, by the end of this year, it's gonna be legally Michaela Soul Speed because I'm so sick of that damn legal name. But the only reason why I've really never legally changed my name is my damn mom. To be honest with you. Like, my mom still calls me by my dead name. My mom. So, plus again, my legal name, I don't want to say my real name. That's not right. Legal name or whatever. It's not that. It's not like it's
your given name.
Yeah, it's not like it's like I don't know.
Like Klaus. Klaus's breeder name was Venice, right? They were like they did. I think it was like beaches. That was his litter. Well, I incorporated that in his full given name then. So his full name is Robert Veneto because Venice is in the Veneto region of Italy. Klaus Oreo Tarzan.
And see, I was gonna do that, but then I actually got married. So I'm gonna do what Simone did, and my last name is gonna be my middle name, which is Fall.
You mean Sean Johnson did it first? She used to be Sean Michelle Johnson, but now she's Sean Johnson East.
Oh, yeah. That's basically. I mean, that's what I do.
The Michelle Merit Award.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is when I legally change it or whatever, it's gonna be Michaela Soul Speed. So.
Oh, the moment I get married, I'll be like Alex something.
I don't regret because I already go by Miss Speed now. Like if I put in a job application, or whatever, I'm gonna put Michaela Speed. So I don't regret, man. But it's just also hard when you're doing it.
Yeah, it's some shit. Soul Speed, yeah. When I first figured out Michaela's last name, I was like, that's unique. New York.
Just okay, and being from South Florida, being from Miami, with the last name Soul, everybody just knew I was them. Like not just Mexican, like from the country of Spain, like all the damn Cubans and whatever.
Made to a woman. Stop. She is married to a woman. Her and Michaela.
But go ahead, countries. I'm so sorry.
Oh, right. So, well, the very basis in journalism class, well, at least our professor told us, there's a whole slew of there's principles to stand by. 1, you don't pay for an interview. 2, cover your ass. 3, Millerism, which is the belief that together, if we put forth our own effort, we can make the world a better place. And cite your sources, essentially. That's the bare basis. And so, if you pay for an interview, it compromises the integrity of the interview from the beginning.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, I'm paying you for whatever. No, stop! I already gave it. You have food. Stop it. Anywho, and so that's. I mean, I think Lady Madison's great gymnast. I think Lady Madison is a great gymnast or athlete, whatever she wants to be now. But like the whole her competing for Bulgaria, and it was just random, and it was just a lot. But with Eddie Pennev and his brother, please no, and his brother, I'm like that I understand because like they're actually Bulgarian, like they, like Rick.
But see, I don't because he actually represented America in was he an alternate one year or something like that?
I don't think Eddie Pennev has ever like been healthy enough to represent America anywhere.
Yeah, he's one of those ones with a unique career.
Chronically hurt.
Chronically hurt, and he's always had this stupid hard floor routine. I remember.
I've never seen it once. I mean, I've seen it now. Like he competed it, but other than that. When's the last time you saw Eddie Pennev put like a vault? Put a whole floor routine on competitive floor.
Eddie was the first American male gymnast to do the bows on floor.
The triple
twist and double.
And like thing is like he's a great
and
talent.
He had a really good run up into Rio.
And then just the hurting. And we're all
that's why him and Janelle Wittenberg are such good friends because they have very similar. Because to be honest, Janelle and Eddie was supposed to be the two that carried on from Leva and Orozco generation. The Leva, Orozco, Sam.
Yeah, he does.
So Eddie I'm happy that he's able to continue for Bulgaria, but like to me, wouldn't y'all be more mad at that because he actually has representing right? Sydney is a great example of I can understand the anger because she's actually represented America at a Junior Worlds before. So
okay.
I get Paul and damn Eddie mixed up a lot. Paul is the one, they're both gay, right?
I don't
Paul
know.
is openly gay though, right? He's a nurse or
But
something.
he's a Republican. Like he's a Republican.
Yes. I used to like Paul.
He just sticks his foot in his mouth all the fucking time. Like very Jonathan Horton. Like sometimes when you feel like talking, just
Okay,
don't.
so Eddie was okay. So Eddie's run was going up into 2012. It was the other Stevens who run was going up into 20. Okay.
And then even like Danelle Leyva, I'm sorry, that is an attention whore.
Danelle Leyva, the opinions of Alex Garza is not the opinion of Michaela Loves Gymnastics because I'm steadily hard working on getting you to come on to onto the We Love Gymnastics platform in one way, shape, or form or another.
What do you mean? It's the thirst traps for me. It's the but I'm straight, and then everybody has their journey. But like, honey, like, what are you doing? And then like the way I just don't. Maybe because we're similar. Maybe that's why I don't like him. I don't know. I don't know him from Adam. But like,
for him, the thing is for me, like John Orozco, I always got the "how you doing" vibe from John Orozco, right? I can always feel it. But for Leyva, I never.
Oh, he makes me cringe. I'm like, yeah. I want to just like bump him in the head and be like, enough. We get it. You want to be a superstar. You want to be the alien. I get it. You don't have to remind us.
I think Leyva's the reason why I more than his story is more closest to a female gymnast in my opinion. Like, so I can relate to his story a lot more than I can relate to a lot of the other male gymnasts because like he actually had a coach. Like, you couldn't tell me who Danelle Wittenberg's coach is right now. I would have no idea. I would say USA Gymnastics. But because I knew Leyva's coach was his father, and then to come out after all these years later, and how like he hated that damn man. That man was so abusive to him. Like that man knew he was a homo and was like trying to beat the homo out of him like all the time.
Gillian Alvarez has been in has messaged me before and just like shooting shit, just like talking. Like Gillian Alvarez, Danelle's dad, he fucks with us. He fucks with us. Like he likes us. That's the funny part about it.
I as a person who have black parents, I can absolutely understand how your mom can be so cool with the gay, but do not like that.
Yeah, my mom, let me tell you, she doesn't hear me. Like my mom is racist. And she doesn't think there's a problem with that. And I'm like the other day she made a comment. And I was like, Mother, we do not do that. Not in 2023, not in the year of our Lord Simone Biles. And so my brother got there, and we talked about it, and he looked at my mom. He's like, "Yeah, Mom, that's really racist. You can do better." And she's like, "Well, that's how I was brought up." I'm like, "Well, then change it."
Yeah, well, my mom had such an issue with me and my transition, but there's a whole she's a soap opera lady. Like my mom is older, so she's a soap opera lady, and there's a whole character on her favorite soap opera, The Bold and the Beautiful, named Maya. Who is a whole trans woman.
Just was say Maya.
Who's a whole fucking trans woman, and she gets it with Maya. Oh yeah, Maya, and they doing Maya so wrong, and they know. But when it comes to me,
God forbid. I just
be looking at her.
No, but saying like I side eye my mom and I side eye my entire family so many times. I'm just like, oh, for real. My mom just bought gay pride like totes, and I'm like.
When my mom used to live with my brother, because my brother, for those who don't know, my brother was in the NFL for 10 years, so my brother has money or whatever. Yeah. So my mom and my brother used to stay together, and my brother had these housekeepers that used to come over and clean his house, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So my brother was like, "Oh yeah, I want you to meet one of them or whatever," and I was just like, "Fuck, I give a damn about these damn housekeepers," but he was trying to make me be friends with one of them because he was like very flamboyantly gay. So he thought, I'm trans, he's gay, we could be friends.
You know what I hate? I'm like, oh, do you know so and so? I'm like, no. Like, oh, they're gay too. I'm like,
oh well, they don't do that with me and my family because they realized a long time ago that I don't date gay boys. So if you ask me questions, you might get answers that you don't want to know. So they learned long time ago that. But I said all that to say that she used to love this damn boy. She used to love this damn housekeeper. She used to get pride merch for him. She used to have the rainbow and all this other shit. And yeah, I just be looking at her like,
what are you doing? Like, where was this? Like 10 years ago?
Man.
Yeah, no, my mom was there's a show that they watch. It's a Spanish show. Aquí no quien viva. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but it's about an apartment complex, and it's all these like people that live in the apartment complex, and like they have the gays and the lesbians, and then like all this stuff. But like my mom, the main character in it says something about like every time he's around the girls, he gets kind of feathered, la feather de pluma is what he says. And like peacocks, the feathers come out. And my parents always tell me like your feathers are coming out, addicts. I'm like, the fuck are you talking? Because I got excited about like Mariah Carey. My feathers are coming out. So yeah, it's a lot.
Maria or EJ?
Amir or EJ? I don't know. Oh, my dad.
It was a question I wanted. Do you know? I think my dad accepted my brother because in his mind it was because our mother died. That's why my brother turned out gay, which is not the reason, but it's just the reason. For me, this is okay. Again, more secrets of Michaela. My mom told me this shit last year when my nephew died. So because when my nephew died, I tried to have a conversation with her. Like,
they really tried it. They really did.
I really tried to have a conversation with her. It just, and see, I wasn't trying to press hard because my nephew just died. That was her first grandbaby. We all was so hurt that I wasn't trying to like attack her with this, but I was just trying to get her to understand. Like, you all want to be like, want to meet my husband. Well, you ain't gonna meet my husband as long as y'all calling me by his name. Y'all ain't gonna meet my husband with all these damn shenanigans y'all got going on. Like, if we gonna shenan, I'm gonna shenan in Tallahassee, and I'm gonna shenan by myself and not deal with y'all asses, right? So, I'm gonna try to have this conversation again because if y'all want me to go to my aunt's funeral, it's just certain things that ain't gonna happen. But, when I was born, my mom told me when I was born what we call now intersex. Even from a baby, my hormone, I never produced testosterone. I produced estrogen like a female. Like, I had this order where I was growing boobs, like when women go through puberty, I was growing breasts and stuff like that, right? So I had to be put on testosterone to, counter effect what my body naturally was producing, whatever, right? So then I was trying to have the conversation about, Mom, I'm not gay, I'm trans, like these things that y'all do. She was like, I know who you are. I know who you are because they told me this when you was a baby. I knew this was what you was gonna be like because they told me when you was a baby that you might not be like a normal boy like everybody else. I told them God and and Jesus and I'm just like, I tried because again, my nephew had just passed away, you guys, but I wanted to cuss this bitch out. Yeah. Like, you telling me from a get-go, like, if y'all never put me on I could have just always been that girl. Like, I could have had the life of Zaya Wade because the doctors literally was telling y'all from a baby that this is what my life was gonna be, but because of y'all religion and all this other shit, I was like, no, y'all ain't gonna tell me.
I wonder how that works. Like in my case, like, I only have one testicle, and so I feel like I produced testosterone, but not enough that I can still whistle notes, like. I feel like my voice never like completely dropped, and so there's parts even of my anatomy that was like, why is it like that? Like, I mean, it's nothing bad. It's just like, you know, there's a lot that I kind of frame in that, like, you know,
No, no, even though I have a deep voice, I have a very feminine voice, though. Even though it's deep, like the natural way I talk is very feminine. I can imagine if I never was put on testosterone, how light my voice would be. Like how I didn't grow facial hair at all until I was like 13, 14. My parents was like, "Oh shit,
I hate
not
people. If I could
growing
grow
facial hair.
beard,
Let me get them some damn steroids and testosterone to make that damn manly shit happen."
see, if I could grow a beard, I'd be like happy with it, but I don't. I just get like a neck beard. That's all I get, and I hate it. Thank you. I know I am. Thank you. It's about time someone recognized that. Because I've been telling people don't believe me. Yeah, no, genetics and anatomy and everything. Don't be a worm with the mustache. No. I would like a nice, like either a lime beard or like something nice, but I can't grow it. I just won't. It's just not gonna happen. I get like a neck beard and it's not gross. I mean, it's gross. It's not cute. But yeah.
But also, I also sit up there and think about, I'm glad that
You went through what you went through.
these new generation of trans people and LGBTQ people who don't have that the 16 to 25-year-old struggle that most of us have had. And
Oh shit.
I think that struggle is kind of necessary in the gay community because
It molds you.
it helps. Like a lot of these LGBTQ people, I don't like the L's. I'm just gonna say gay. When I say gay, it's encompassing everybody. If I'm talking about gay men, I'm gonna talk about gay men. But if I'm talking about lesbians, I'm talking about trans people, I'm talking about bisexual. But as a community, I'm just gonna say the gay community. As the gay community, I feel like it was better when it was a little bit of not so hard of adversary, but just a little bit of adversary because it taught you to have a tougher skin. Like these new
Adversity?
adversity.
Yeah.
What
He's
did
an
I say?
adversary. Like an opponent in a game.
Because they have it
Adversity,
too easy and they're too sensitive and they're so
put some hair on your chest. Okay? And molded people. We weren't
like
soft.
the whole how these new age trans girls just fall into a bubble when somebody called them by like call them a he or call them misgender them or dead name them or, like in my generation those are like we're not gonna cry, we're gonna fight. Like the fuck you mean? Like bitch, I'm who I am, bitch, respect it or don't, bitch. Like and it's just
Taylor. I am what I am.
a period, and it's just so sad when I see these little girls and they just crumble. It kind of seems so scary right now for the kids. Like everything is going backwards. It scares me. I'm scared.
We talked about it when it first started happening. We're like, they're gonna come for interracial marriage. They're gonna come for gay marriage. They're gonna come for the gays. Like, what is that saying? When they came for so and so, I said nothing. When they came for so and so, I still said nothing. And now when they come for me, there's no one to say anything for me because everybody's gone. So it's one of the things like we have to fight. So and if it means like running for office, if it means going to vote, whatever it means, like we have to be as loud as we are, as loud as they are with their disrespect. We have to.
And even deeper than that, I just really want for people because I'm not a Democrat, even though it may seem like it. I'm very independent.
She's a Republican.
Huh?
You're a Republican.
I'm not a Republican.
You're a Republican.
I'm a conservative leaning Democrat. Cause I do choose. Okay.
She's a Bible thumping,
Socially,
AR-15 carrying Republican.
now that's where I'm a Republican. Now that's where I am. I am very First Amendment, Second Amendment.
Republican.
That's where I am a Republican because don't take away my guns, bitch. That's how we do.
But the thing is, no one's trying to take away guns. We've talked about this before. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. You know what? Your friend DeSantis actually put forth a very I don't disagree with the gun policy you put forth. I don't disagree with
Mr. DeSantis, thank you, Florida. Thank you, Florida, for the Supreme Court of Florida for blocking his ban of transgender health care So they deemed it unconstitutional for the law that he was trying to pass. So that's something like I could fucking get my damn hormones without.
I have to worry about it. Okay, so 2 hours. What do we do? Keep going or hiatus tomorrow?
Now you got me talking. Now I can keep going. I was so dead at first. Now I'm animated.
Okay, well, let me go get my. We're back. Okay.
Okay.
Right here. Oh, I'm on the bathroom. I'm gonna.
I think it's like common sense. Okay, let's keep going, you guys. It's getting, but the thing is, like I was saying, it's not a Florida thing per se. I know it feels like a Florida thing. It's why are the Republicans attacking trans people right now? Like, what is this about? YouTube, the fact that one of you live in Florida, the other one live in Texas. And the crazy part about this Florida Dreamer, Texas is probably safer than Florida. And Texas is probably safer than Florida for the trans community right now. There's a large, especially in like the Dallas Fort Worth area, there's a large population of transgender people. I think what it is that just like with gay marriage, what we need as trans people, we need a tangible issue. And I think the bathroom thing, that wasn't the tangible issue. It was important, but that wasn't the tangible issue. The tangible issue is our actual health care and our actual medical needs, right? Why can a bitch go get a BBL, but I can't go to a doctor and get a hormone treatment? So and again, like I said, like I'm not stupid. Like I feel like some parts of these conversations we can have honestly and openly. Like if the conversation is, I feel like you should be 18 years old to be able to get medical treatment for your gender dysphoria. That's a conversation that I'm comfortable with having, that I feel like we can have, and I don't feel like can be disrespected or can be disrespectful. But when you're trying to tell me that I can't at all, regardless of my age, now what's the problem? Are wedge issues because so much liberal media is so pretty anti. It is a lot of seesaw, a lot of the trans, a lot, especially, okay, let's go there, especially the LGBTQ community. A lot of gay men do not like transgender people. They feel like we are a step too far. They feel like we are the opposite. Because if you see a lot of gay men, they still try very hard to hold on to their masculinity. Some, not all, but some still try very hard to hold on to their masculinity. So when it comes to transgender women, we're the opposite of holding on to masculinity. We're a lot of us are like, we don't want nothing to do with that masculine shit. I'm all woman, I'm cunt, I'm fish, I'm serving the kids down, puss boots, all that shit, right? So by us giving away the masculinity and embracing the feminine side of that energy, a lot of gay men do not like us because of that. A lot of gay men all the time be like, Bitch, I don't need to have boobs. I don't need to have on no wig, bitch. And I can still get your man. I done had so many gay men trying to holler at my damn husband. But that's a lot of gay men don't want to accept that the differences between being trans and gay, because being gay is a sexual preference. Being trans is not a preference. It's not a sexual preference, at least. It's about what makes me feel comfortable. And a lot of people just don't get that. Exactly. All of the same stuff. And hell, even with our black people, all the same stuff that they're saying that, like, hell, okay, it's this network called Fox Soul. I don't know if you guys know what that is. It's it's basically like AM radio. It's a black podcasting network. It's on YouTube. It's called Fox Soul. It's a part of the Fox brand or whatever. And they have a lot of black podcasts, talk shows. If you're like a talk show person, you should watch this. But be careful, because when it comes to gay issues, they're on it. They're on it. They're on the pride. They're on the rainbow. They're on. But when it comes to the trans issue, they're so backwards. They have a whole show with Vivica Fox, Lisa Ray, the singer Selena Johnson, and the other actress Claudia Jordan. And they did a topic about this white trans man who was pregnant, and they kept misgendering him. They kept calling him a her. They kept telling him that you're pregnant, so you're a mother, so you're definitely a woman. And no, like, and because of that, I can't support this network anymore. And that's a great intersection within our community as being black and queer. We're in Pride Month. Yeah, we're in Pride Month and we're in Juneteenth, and it's already like, okay, we got to have Pride for 5 days. Now let's get ready for Juneteenth. And it's just like, it's just no balance in the black LGBTQ community. It's just none. I mean, in the black community as a whole, when it comes to the black community versus the heterosexual community, it's just no balance. And it's just like, it's almost to the point where I don't even feel like dealing with straight black people when it comes to these issues. Like, we could talk, excuse me. We could talk about it till we blue in the face, but at the end of the day, if you're just refusing to believe something, then there's no need to have a conversation about it. I really wish that we lived in a world where all of this just wasn't like, ever since the pandemic, the world has just been crazy, and it's just keep getting more turned up. It's never getting turned down. It's just turning up, turning up, turning up. I remember they came out. Why do y'all, speaking of coming for people, let's tie this. Okay. I know we've been talking about Olivia Dunn a lot on this show lately. And I'm gonna bring her back up again too. And I'm gonna ask the question first before I even tell the story. The question is, even though I support everything that Olivia has going on with her TikTok and her money-making ability and stuff like this, she posted a video recently of her doing a press to handstand on Beam. She had on a regular LSU Leo. She was doing a press to handstand, and she ended the press to handstand in the split position on Beam. And the men in the comment section were going berserk. like they were saying what they would do to her and how good she looked and talking about ass. And now I'm looking at this clip. For me, Michaela loves gymnastics from my point of view, and I'm just looking at Olivia doing the press to handstand. And I can't figure out what's the big deal. So my question for the audience is, and we support it, do Olivia get praised for being a basic white woman? Which is an argument that I saw online. Like, the only reason y'all going up for Olivia is because she's a basic white woman. Because if it was any other person, Trinity Thomas, Shay Campbell, Selena Harris, Jordan Childs, hell, maybe even Simone Biles, y'all wouldn't pay it that much attention. Even from the men, is it because she's a basic white woman? Because if she was a top level athlete, would y'all feel as comfortable with making those comments? My biggest pet peeve is when people are like, I'm here and they're not, so I'm getting devoured by it. Yeah, that's a big pet peeve. Big pet peeve. So what is it? It's like, do we want again, this conversation is not about Olivia Dunn herself, it's about her fan base. Does she have the fan base because she's basically a basic gymnast that's incredibly pretty? Because there's a lot of pretty black girls and they don't even get half of the attention. And is it Olivia's fault, really? Because this is one of the first times I actually seen it in real time that she doesn't block the comments or tell people to stop making such perverted comments under her post. But is it a purposeful thing? Is it a purposeful thing though? That's my question, because people is like Olivia posts, but she was just doing a press thing, like the camera wasn't like all in her butt cheeks. The camera wasn't all in her crotch area. Like the camera was from the side. Like you can't even see anything. Like I'm just like, how the hell is they seeing ass and all this other stuff? But there's a girl doing the split, so that's all it matters. But just like we asked Whitney Berjerkins to take down certain videos that she felt like could be catering to a certain demographic of men. But no, that's not fair for Olivia because she's an adult and she can post whatever. I think it was purposeful, to be honest, because even when even when the song she puts I didn't pay attention to the song. Does it matter if it was purposeful or not? She's just taking advantage of what privilege she has, and it seems like she knows her audience. That's fair. That's completely fair. That's a completely fair statement to me, because is it fair? Is it not fair? I mean, she is doing it. But for this post, for the first time, I really took, I don't follow Olivia Dunn like that. I can really see that the men go berserk in her comment section, saying all kind of crude things. And it's her post, so she could block the comments, she could delete the comments, she could have the comments taken down. Does she leave it up for a reason? Is it like, and again, she's an adult. She's an adult. Let me see. Maybe, I don't know. I saw a lot of very offensive comments under it. Let me look for it. I'm looking for. There we go. Okay, so it's the Daily Loud who took her video. And it's like stuff like this where like men are taking this one little pose and it's screenshot and said, I know for a fact that if I live till 200 and if I got that my kid's mother, let alone one night. And they're talking about Olivia being their kid's mother and stuff like that. And this one having a meme of talking about he's smelling the bean. This man talking about he's gonna make her a mother of another fatherless child. This comment talking about you gotta be gay if you don't find that attractive. It's just, have over 17,000 bookmarks for that one post. Like, just offensive as shit. Just offensive. Like, people literally screenshot, like she's literally standing there and like she's not doing nothing. Like, people saying goddamn. So my point now that y'all see it, right? Y'all see it for yourselves. Because again, this is one of the first times in real time that I get to see it for myself. I never, like I said, I talk about the news stories when I come across them, but I've never witnessed the interactions before. I never actually, even the time when the boys were like, give us Libby. I mean, it was creepy, it was embarrassing for the boys, but it wasn't given that. So now that I realize that it gives that energy, right? Should Olivia try to, if she wants to now, because she probably don't give two shits about none of this stuff. But don't y'all feel like Olivia have some kind of Okay, guys, like calm down. Like, okay, guys, I'm not naked. Okay, guys, I'm literally in a leotard. And you know what, Seesaw? I'm cool with that too. If the answer is Olivia see that shit, she don't care as long as they support whatever she got going on. I just never realized. Like I heard the name Olivia Dunn from doing this show for the last couple years. We've talked about her several times. I'm always going to defend her. Even with this, I'm going to defend her. It's not about what she's posting. It's about the male's reaction to the things that she posts. It's just I didn't realize how disgusting it was. So I didn't realize how deep it got. I didn't realize how and none of the other female gymnasts get um, really approached like that. Like it's just very.
What happened?
Did you get your plug?
Yeah, well, she was like, no, you want to go with me to go get it? I'm like, girl, you know I'm live. So I have to wait for her to come back. But yeah, so what were we talking about?
We're talking about Olivia Dunn. She had a post that went viral. While you're here, can you go to my Twitter page and let's play the video real quick? It's not so much the video; it's the comments underneath the video. What?
I made some guacamole, and I forgot to put jalapenos in it. Damn it. We're done. Okay, so Twitter. Damn it! I knew I forgot something.
Yeah, Ashton has like a whole ass OnlyFans, so like it's completely different.
Listen, I'm trying to get her on the show, but like she sends like mass messages to her like followers, and some things that I get in my inbox from her, I'm like, girl, like I'm not your demographic, girl. I'm not.
Remember when you used to wear my chain and my bracelets? I know you blushing when I make a statement. So don't you worry about them bitches, I don't entertain them. They only want me cause I'm famous. I'm A-Buggy with the hoodie, but just call me baby. And
that's all she posted. Like
used to be my baby.
Remember when you used to... She just did a press the handstand. That's it.
I want jalapenos in this so bad.
I don't like the way the men was just sexualizing her. It just was like, wow, like that's what it is. Like that's what y'all be talking about. Like, oh, I've never seen all of this before.
The thing is, I can't blame Olivia Dunn for doing that.
We keep saying this. It's not her. It's
you know what it is?
Followers.
You know exactly what it is? It's this entire generation of incels, because that's what they are, who think it's cool to demoralize women. Yeah. Like, tits and puss, that's all it is. And it's like, it starts in the home. And I find it really funny how when it's about gay people, it starts in the home. But when it comes to misogyny,
look at how she arches her back slowly. Like everybody is like in the comment section is like she's so down for it. Like they feel like it's purposeful, like she's purposely doing this.
Good. Well, like,
but see, I just have to take a step. I understand now where her teammates and some of her teammate parents was like,
that's not her fault.
It's not.
If it bothers them, that's their own problem.
They're adults in adult situations.
That's their own damn problem. I mean, much like there is on other teams, there's a certain gymnastics mom from a certain SEC school who feels like her daughter should be the everything all at once. And it's like, girl, your daughter's great, but she ain't that girl. She's a person out of a wet towel. Kiki knows what I'm talking about. Right. And then when like when it just spirals into now you just hate the girl and it causes animosity in the team, honey, that's on you. That's your own insecurities, not hers. Like, let's have that conversation. Like, and two, gymnastics is a sport that inherently is going to cause by dysmorphia, eating disorders, and all sorts of shit. But if we see a young woman, whether white, beige, chola, whatever she is, who like takes ownership of her body and exploits herself, just as much as all these other men exploit her.
You know what? I think that's the part of it that makes people so uncomfortable. Like she is pretty much one of the only gymnasts there too, but like currently gymnasts that are like, okay, yeah, I have a hot body, bitch. Let's show it on. Like
Shit.
other girls kind of do it, but not to the.
Allie was naked in the photo shoot. Alicia Money naked. Kinohashi naked, and no one batted an eyelash. Olivia Dunn was with the thong.
Their comment session wasn't like, I'll rip her in half. I'm trying to make her.
Listen, when you got it, you got it.
I'm trying to have her raise my fatherless child, like or some shit like that. They had a blue face me.
And Olivia Dunn is like, I'm not trying to raise nobody's kids but my own. And you know what?
Yeah.
Kudos, Olivia. You keep doing you, boo. All these other people have a problem with it. That's on them, not you. Okay, you take ownership of your body. Get your paper, get paid, because that body ain't gonna be there forever.
Nope.
Shit, if I had a banging body, I would be taking like boudoir photo shoots. Just so I know that at one point in time I look like that. Ooh, if that body goes. We were talking about that the other day.
I just feel like when we're talking about Olivia Dunn, I just want more of the emphasis to be on her fans and the shit that they got going on, not on her, because she's just making her money.
She's like, oh, I can make $7,000 sitting here acting dumb. Yeah. It's very much Paris Hilton.
Because hell, even Jeffree Star was on TikTok one day and he went live for like 2 hours and made like $50,000.
And Olivia Dunn makes way more than him. Way more than him. Oh. And I think LSU is the perfect school for her because the girls know. Like the LSU girls understand. Like they don't seemingly have the with it other people. You know what I mean? And so for all intents and purposes, I think LSU is the best school she could have gone to.
The only program I think would have been able to give her more, it was
UCLA.
That's it.
Okay. But she has an image to uphold. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. But what I'm interested in is how is she going to? Well, I mean, and it's easy. She's a culito. But like, how do you then transition out of gymnastics? You know what I mean?
I think she has a great transition out of gymnastics already and just being a model.
But what's the next thing? I would like her to like start like, I don't know, maybe, and this is just me being me. I would love for her to do something where like she like teaches little girls how to like market themselves. But like, bitch, kick your ass. Sorry, not to do that. There's a mosquito. But like, teach girls how to like market themselves and like not allow others to. Well, her and Winnie B. Jerkins should team up. Her and Winnie B. Jerkins should team up and start like a foundation or something that like helps young girls navigate this like content creator sort of space.
That would be dope.
Her and Winnie B. Jerkins, please. That'd be, or even do a podcast together. I'm down for that. Could be. I can see her acting. don't think she can act. And you know what? I would love to eat my words.
I can see Olivia on one of those CW shows, The Vampire Diaries or
Fuck all that.
Gossip Girl.
I watched Little Mermaid bootleg last night. Oh my god. The way Halle Bailey didn't say a fucking word for what, like 45 minutes, and still had me in the palm of her hand the entire time. The entire time. Like, if she doesn't get an Oscar win for that role, I'm writing. I'm setting couches on fires. I'm throwing tables.
Well, the movie is flopping in the Asian market, so
No, it's not. No, that's a lie. That is a lie. It's not flopping. It's doing very well. It's flopping here, but like it's doing very well. Those are all lies. Bitch, I'll kick your ass. Square up. Square up. These freaking mosquitoes. But yeah, no, Halle Bailey deserves an Oscar. And besides, when has Oscars cared about like sales that the movie has? Look at Shakespeare in Love or like
I think Holly's gonna get her Oscar not for The Little Mermaid, but for her role in the new Color Purple movie.
But we've seen I love her in The Little Mermaid. It was just like it was perfect. It was perfect. It was perfect. I could no notes.
You agree with you, saw that you think the Color Purple movie is going to be the movie that gets her the Oscar, not I do too, because the Color Purple movie, they're really setting it up as like Fantasia's, Oprah's, everybody's big.
I know it is, but like for me, well, is she playing the part that what's her face? Cynthia Erivo played?
Who?
Is she playing the part that Cynthia Erivo played on Broadway?
I don't know the Broadway version. She's playing the younger version of.
Is she the one that sings "I'm Here"?
No, she's playing the sister.
Oh, then she's not gonna win an Oscar for that. The one that wins the Oscar is the one that sings "I'm Here."
That's Fantasia.
Well, there you go. Fantasia gonna win an Oscar for that. That's a song. That's a song. Like when they said
on Broadway.
So is Cynthia Erivo. So I have Cynthia Erivo's like version more in my head. I've heard Fantasia sing it, but oh no, it's for me. Little Mermaid. That's all it is. Little Mermaid. And I think you know what? Because we've seen Color Purple. Like, why are they remaking it? It was perfect as it was. All my life I had to fight. Please,
Before.
Not live action. Not a black Little Mermaid.
We've never seen a musical version of The Color Purple either.
Yeah, we have. On Broadway.
Not on the big screen.
What was the
That's
other
so
one?
true. Thought Hollywood remakes everything. They have no original ideas left.
They did, but they don't want them.
And hell, if Oprah or Whoopi Goldberg want to remake an old damn movie of theirs,
Not Sister Act 2.
I don't need a remake of Sister Act 2. I need a Sister Act 3.
They already have one. There's a Sister Act 3. Yes, I promise you I've seen it. Hold on. Am I thinking something else? Hold on. Sister Act. Ah! P. Palmer's in it. Oh, it comes out next year. That's hilarious. Comes out next year. So there you go. You're welcome. You know it's your girl. I love Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer.
I love Keke Palmer too, and I'm happy that she's finally getting the recognition in Hollywood that she deserves. Because that girl, since she was a child, she's been a child. Mm-hmm.
Since she was spelling words for us on the big screen, please. Oh, I love Keke. You know it's your girl. And on Terrell, I met Terrell when I lived in LA, and he was like
I don't particularly care for him. He's one of those annoying gays that I don't particularly care for.
Why? Because he's a self-made person?
No, it's just something about him that I just find annoying.
I don't like, you know who I find like that? Zachary Campbell. I hate Zachary Campbell. He can go like playing draft.
Same.
Like, I can't with it. I can't. I cannot. I have so many stories from like when I lived in LA. Maybe someday we'll sit here and like open that vault up because that Todrick stories.
I know you really hate Todrick Hall.
I don't hate him. He's my arch nemesis. I don't hate anybody. No, well,
So you guys, I think this is a good spot to wrap up the show for tonight.
Oh, I get back and all of a sudden let's wrap it up. Wow.
Exactly. You know, Addis, bring down the energy of the show.
I am the light the show has. I am the little sparkle in the show's eye. That's me.
Everybody, please wish me luck. I have my first interview at noon my time. Then my second interview is at 3 in the afternoon.
Wait, before we go.
Okay.
I want to ask because I saw it on Twitter. That I feel
Okay.
like the kids need to like I would like their opinion while we're here. I mean while we're here. Will you please tell us which one of the following did you guys like the best? Okay, so we have that one, and then there's this
I can't see
one.
it.
I know. I'm about to bring it up. This one, and then now some. I'll explain how. Here, let me put them all in cute little like order. So like bottom right, cute, and then we'll put you up here and top right, cute, and then we'll put you here down in the top left, okay, cute, and then you are going to be here in the bottom left. Cool. Now, oh shit! How do I get to that restream? Hold on. Restream. Where is it? Yes. Okay, so, yeah, let's do that. Share. Do you believe in love? Okay, so here we go. Ready and boom. Okay, let me explain to you how these are made. So I'm a Photoshop. I'm an Adobe girly. And now what you can do is you select the part of like whatever image you're creating, and you just you enter into the prompt, and it'll just give you options, right? And so that's why you see like this one here in the corner, like her neck is just like weird, like it's not perfect, obviously, but like do you see that it gave you a neck, you know what I mean? But like I was shocked. Like, the results are kind of really good. They were sickening. This one, the bottom left, is my favorite, but also like top left. But I also like PTA Mom Michaela up in the upper right corner. I also like 80s like pop synth like diva down here, like very Ariana Grande. You know what I mean? So yeah.
I personally like
God, the hair looks good.
the one with the brown hair.
Yeah, I like
See,
top. I like top left.
Me too.
Top left.
Cesar asked the question, can you do the one with the top left with dark hair?
Can I do the top left? I mean, that's essentially this one on the bottom right. Bottom left. That's essentially what it is. Where'd it go? Wow, hold on. Where's Restream? I don't see y'all. Where are y'all?
Yeah, that's my favorite one.
This one?
Mm-hmm.
Where is Restream? Where'd you go, Restream? Oh, did I just move her down and now I can't see her? Or stop sharing. Okay, so where's Restream? I don't see her. Where's Restream? Window. Restream, yes. Oh, there she is. I see her. Okay, cool. I'm here. Can you do the top left hairstyle with the black hair? It's the same hairstyle. I mean, it looks different, but it's the same hairstyle. Actually, you want to see it live? Look, we can just do it like we're doing it live. We can just like, generate a couple like over here. Where is Michaela's face? There she is. Okay, so yeah, this is. I was gagged. Like some of the things it gave me, I was like, wow, like that's great. Like that's awesome. And like honestly, it's probably my favorite innovation in the past like 10 years as far as like graphics. Yeah, like share, look, watch. So there's plenty of options that it gives me. Like, and some of them are just like
Oh, I like the purple one.
they're like like that.
Oh,
So there's the purple one, but I can also like I think I can. No. Yeah, so it's kind of it'll give you weird like stuff sometimes. But, like here's this one. Here's this one.
oh yeah, that's my. Yeah.
Yeah, there's this one. This one. There's some red. Yeah, there's that, and then there's all these. There's all these. These I don't know what it was doing. Hold on, let me. Yeah, it does it. These are all weird. I think it was just generating like on your. On that. Yeah. So that one's weird. I don't know what that is. Let me see if
I like that one.
I don't know what it was doing. I really don't know what it was doing. Like, let's see. I think I didn't because with AIs you have to be very specific on like what you ask it to generate, or it just won't give you what you want, right? It's like that's trash. But like here, I changed the prompt to change hair color, and I can even like do it again. Like I can just regenerate, generate like a few more options for me, and it's really fun to play with. I use this a lot with Tiki's products, and because I took them out like and on my gray backdrop or whatever, and then once I was able to like take, because I just did a basic like picture, so when I cut them out, see like this is very Diana Ross, you know what I mean?
But I like that. Okay.
Okay, let me get rid of the there. It's crazy. Like I don't understand. Like it's crazy.
Oh, this is a dope ass program.
It's just Photoshop. And this is like a new. This is the newest iteration of Photoshop too. You can just keep on going. And it'll generate more options. But like if you see like the chin is starting to like warp and like because again it's very like young technology, if you will. So. And I see now it won't generate anything other than like that kind of wig. Now you look like just Aquilina. But do you see like the how like your cheek is starting to like kind of fade out, or whatever? It's very weird. It's very weird. But if I go back down to, let's see, like this one, right? You look very Mariah Carey in that picture. I'm saying.
My favorite picture.
So let's see. Now
that is the goal of everyday life.
Right. I've tried. Let me see. I don't know if like selecting one that you've liked previously will like no, not just giving you that. Yeah, it's just giving you like weird Reba McEntire hair. I don't know. It's very weird. It's still a lot. I have to. Oh, maybe that's why. Okay, I was like the wrong thing. Maybe. Let's do it now. Okay, try it and generate. I can sit here and like do this for hours. The other day I was trying to like get a specific kind of look for something, and it wouldn't give it to me until like I typed in like weird keywords or whatever, and finally it gave me what I was looking for. It's so weird. I just have to learn. But yeah, no, it's not just giving you that. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Yeah, that's that. That's that. Yeah, it was very much giving what do you call it? Powdered wig, please. But yeah, that's all I has, y'all. That's all I has.
That's all I have too, and I have to go to the bathroom now. So I love you guys.
Bye, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow. Oh, please, I'm on my knees. Don't forget to watch on Tuesday because we have another one of those Darion gymnast moments with someone we talked about today, and a winner of a Jimmy. So figure it out for yourself. Bye.